How are you, man? You good?
1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi.
Yo? No, okay.
Sup.
This is, I'm sorry, no. Unacceptable. Elizabeth said sup. Whoever you are.
Where are we today? Ooh, what is this called?
Think poet? Anyone?
Anyone know?
You should not do this. Sorry, let me just have a moment with my co-host. You should not do this because I do not need encouragement. I do not need encouragement to act a fool. Let's not do this up here. Okay, apologies. Okay, we're back. It's real. Okay, let's go. Shall I tell them about We Don't Settle though?
Okay. Actually, I think we need some warm up here.
Oh.
I think we need to be welcomed. Okay, everyone. As my mum likes to say, welcome home. So can you all just welcome us home, please?
Okay.
Okay. So this side definitely knows how to welcome and to greet. This side over here, can you please welcome us into the space and welcome each other, please?
Don't ever come for my side again. Did you hear that? I'll see you guys.
We know what to do next time, yeah. Okay.
Right, so I think we know why we're here, but just in case we don't, this is a Poetry Jam 10th birthday celebration, which is actually wild. Those of us who've been around and are now old understand how wild that is. Those of you who are young, congratulations. Whatever. And Poetry Jam is brought to you by We Don't Settle. So We Don't Settle is an arts organisation, a heritage organisation, and it aims to positively impact the communities of young people who don't want to settle for the status quo. So for me, yes, that is worthy of a cheer. I'm going to let Zeddy tell you the Poetry Jam story, because I want to listen to it. It's my life.
So who here was in year 1? Can we hear like a round of applause or some like clicks? Year 2? Anyone here in year 2? Okay, we've got some people. Year 3? 4? Okay, welcome.
The rest of year 4 didn't make it.
Okay. Year 4 was like, it was a tough year. Year 5? Was anyone here from year 5? Okay. Year 6? Okay. 7? Who's here at Poetry Jam for the first time today? Oh my gosh, welcome home. Okay, so it's time to tell you the story, or the beginning of Poetry Jam. So, 10 years ago today, Poetry Jam opened its doors for the first time. The first Thursday of every month, young people came in to basically put the world to rights. It was just a small group of people, around 30 young people at Java Lounge, but everyone was there really looking at wanting to change the world, using the power of their voice. And since then, every single first Thursday of the month, we've been doing just that, opening our doors to young people to allow room for power, positivity, and so much social change as well. So that is kind of the beginning. It started with 1 or 2 clicks of a community of creatives who wanted to change the world. And I feel like that essence is still here today. Is it? Does anyone here want to change the world?
And the essence of poetry is definitely still here. Did you hear Zeddy just freestyle the 1 or 2 clicks of a community created? I was like, woo! I see you up here shining.
Okay.
And we're here now at 10 years. So if we think like one event a month for 10 years, that's like 120 poetry events. Somebody tells me 1 or 2 got missed. I don't know what happened, whether it was pandemic or natural disaster or coffee shop got locked. But, around about 120 events, and a lot of people have had the opportunity in that time to just share who they are, what they are, how they are, which is always very important, and to feel that resonate back in the room with people who are in the same place that they are at that time, and very importantly, people who are in a different space to them at that time. So for me, having came up with my little open mics at Poetry Jam, I can still feel that kind of special feeling in this room today.
Does anyone know here how to show Poetry Jam love? Does anyone here know how to click? Okay. People on the back, do you know how to click? Okay. Okay, people up there, do you know how to click? Okay, we're going to be doing a lot of that, so I'm just going to ask you to exercise your hands this evening.
You will get cramp.
Definitely. Okay, so we're just going to let you know how the night is going to run this evening. So we have some music.
The band made noise for the first time. I was like, ooh.
We also have the smallest speeches in the world. Interesting. We've got poets. And we have special poets who represent the organizations who are going to be supporting this event. So poetry is back at B Music next month and every month for the first Thursday after that. Let me just refresh that. Poetry Jam will always be here at B Music the second and first Thursday every month. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we do the difficult bit now?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, God.
So we're going to try and perform some poetry for you tonight.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't get too excited.
It's not written by us as
The
well.
poetry is great, but about us. So this poem that we're about to read was written by Dan, Mia, Mickey Angel, Ayan, Iram, Irene, Micah, Shax, Ade, and Shao. And yes, big them up. Make some noise for them. Or for yourselves. Was that okay. And me and Zeddy and the band, you don't get out of this one, guys. We are going to read it. We haven't read it before. It's not a laughing matter, guys. Thank you. Sorry about them. Security? No. And either it's going to go really well, or it's going to go really, really well. Either way, enjoy yourselves. So I think we know how we're doing it, but you'll soon work out if we don't. Band, I'm going to let you start, because that puts the pressure on you. And then you can put the pressure on us. Let's go.
Okay. And if you want to show us some Poetry Jam love, because we're very nervous about this. Well, Casey might not be, but I am. Thank you very much.
Over the last decade, we've been scripting the stories of certain somebodies who simply cannot resist residing in the fictions we've meticulously made for ourselves. From day one, you just knew we live up to those 3 words that now stand before us, embodying our vision and metal, we don't settle. The high fives of relief of the 6 letters of belief shown by those 7th of Feb stars who awaited their plaudits, dressed to the 9s, and allow Poetry Jam to reach its perfect 10. Then let's continue the accounts and pass on the bass, and whether for passion or just for fun, were the seeds beating in the heart of the 0121. So we'll always keep it 100 from the product of our pen, because that's Poetry Jam.
Raised up by the power of 10. It's the power in voices, diversity, community, freedom. To speak with self-expression through opportunity, I've had the opportunity to develop my art further on stage for 4 years, to make my own Poetry Jam short film, host Poetry Jam, perform at Birmingham Festival, to ask what we don't settle. And Poetry Jam means to me and us is incomprehensible.
While the world turns and people go through their daily troubles, we craft their daily routine. We craft the next generation creativity within communities of art and love, be through art, dance, or within the written world, tears, fallen hearts written out, enduring to make legacies lasting till the end of time.
That's what we do as artists. But I still have art waiting on the shelf that I haven't harnessed. Let's take it a year at a time. Maybe 30 is my year to shine, but this poetry community has shown me that not everyone's clocks show the same time, because art is confident by design. And I know that our art wasn't meant to align.
But art is confident by design. And I know our art was not meant to align, yet 5 years down the line, I have found myself within this art of mine. And we have found brethren in each other. In between the lines of the stories, we mold our voices stronger together. Oh, the power we behold, and we can move mountains with the pieces of our journey we choose to unfold.
We can move mountains with the pieces we choose to unfold. Pieces of our journey, pieces of our life map. Poetry Jam is the place where judgment has no space. A community where people hold hands and hearts dance. A bonfire burns, fueled by poetry, chorus, laughter, empathy.
A bonfire burns, fueled by courage, laughter, and empathy. Poetry Jam has always been a home to me. The people that are the poetry, always vibrating at the highest of energies and in full color. It's hard not to see. The 0121 is where my heart will always be.
The 0121 is where my heart will always be. Personally, I come from the 01902, lay down my poetry. The jam, as it turns 10, it's almost a big little man. Even though I've been in this life for one, I still feel like a fan. So I return to the open mic for that evergreen chance.
Every time I take the mic, I feel like Jordan, and this is my last dance. Poetry was my therapy, now it's my legacy, and I fell in love with it at first glance. Poetry Jam, 9th birthday. My birthday when they finally gave me that chance to connect you to my emotions. And every time I speak, it's like I'm putting you in a trance, and now I'm part of their legacy, and you can be too, no matter the circumstance.
Now I'm part of the legacy, and you can be too, no matter what circumstance. Words have power. They are a part of me. Now I have a place where I am free. Poetry Jam is that space that was made for poets like me.
Make some noise, please, for Dan, for Mia, for Mickey Angel, for Ayan, for Iram, for Irene, for Micah, for Shax, for Ade, and for Shao. Big up yourselves, writers. Big up yourselves. And make some noise for the band. Smooth. Now me and Zeddy are going to get into the lists. Or are we going to do the short speeches and the list? Remind me, Zeddy. Help me. Look at the people who are doing the speeches. See what they say. Look at them.
I think actually it's time for speeches. So, introducing the chairs of Don't Settle. Rachel Noel and Chris Sudworth. Please put your hands together for our chairs.
Hi, everyone. We're going to be a little bit of a different double act, I think. But hi, it's really nice to be here. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Chris.
And we are the co-chairs at We Don't Settle. So before we move on to performances on this very special occasion, happy birthday, Poetry Jam, we wanted to share a few words to kind of acknowledge where we are, where we've been, and where we're going.
As some of you already knew, and as Casey and Zeddy brilliantly opened for us tonight, the big news is that in April last year, the brilliant Beat Freaks Arts became the equally wonderful We Don't Settle, the new home for all of the programs that you know and love, that amplify young people's creativity, ideas, skills development, and social action, like Fuel, Lunar Campfires, the final stages of the pioneering Don't Settle Curators program, and of course, Poetry Jam.
So it's a super exciting time for We Don't Settle as a new, independent, not-for-profit organisation committed to empowering young people minoritized by systems in society. And the core mission isn't going to change, so we're still who we said we are. We're going to continue to do this through nurturing communities, through platforming untold stories, and through amplifying unheard voices through the arts, culture, and heritage, much like we are tonight.
We want to take this moment, as I'm sure so many of you have been part of this amazing journey for the last decade, crazy, would want to. We want to acknowledge the incredible hard work from Anissa. Let's hear it for each of them. From Anissa, for Amira, for Amy, and Andrea, and all of the team. I love you all. I know half of you, and I would name you all, but I'll be here all night. The community this has built is legendary. And I just want to say, those people have built Beat Freaks heritage, and now We Don't Settle's own heritage, and a rich community of which we're all a part, a program and a strong national, and I would say international reputation.
So we're really excited as a new board to harness this sort of in-house heritage, but also to look to the future, to build new ambition, to breathe new energy into our mission, and to pave a new direction that ultimately continues to change the narrative of art, culture, and heritage with and for young people.
I think you can probably feel it. We are super proud and super buzzing to be co-chairs and to be asked to take that honour on of being part of this movement that was born in this city and will celebrate this city and build this city onwards and better forever. We're delighted, and thank you for having us. We'd like to give thanks to our amazing Poetry Jam partners, Apples and Snakes, Beat Freaks, of course, B Music, because each of them have done this intriguing thing of donating a poet tonight. Can someone donate one to me?
I'm not sure how that works. And we want to extend our thank yous to Arts Council England, to Heritage Lottery Fund, to the Paul Hamlyn Foundation and the Listening Fund, who all support the work of We Don't Settle in platforming the art, creativity and ideas for community and young people, and making events like tonight possible. So, we can't wait to share more with you and invite you on the journey with us. We'll keep you posted. But for now, we want to introduce the woman who started it all.
And keeps encouraging us not to settle.
Anissa!
Glad I put the boots on now. Hello. You all right? This is wild. Oh my God, a decade is wild. 10 years of Poetry Jam is wild. Being in this venue is wild. When I set this space up, it was in a teeny-weeny coffee shop, Urban Coffee in Colmore Row. We chucked out the lawyers and the accountants, the suits and the boots. I mean, the boots are back. We took over. I took over. I had no idea if anyone was going to come that first night. I had no PA system. I printed the flyer on the back of my mate's flyer because I didn't have any cash to print the flyers. And I turned up with 4 poems because I didn't know if anyone was going to perform. I'm not a poet. I just turned up with 4 poems and some arrogance and belief that it was going to be great. And I will never, ever forget that first night because about 40, 50 young people did turn up and they had so much to say. They had so much to say. And they took that space and they kept taking that space. And I guarantee you will never forget your first Poetry Jam, whether it's tonight or the memory that you have right now of the first one that you went to and you fell deeper in love with the art form. It's a really incredible feeling to know that something that you started lives on this long and that you don't even come to it because it's cared for and it's loved for and it's made by the people that are here. So I just want to say some thank yous. I never promised to do a short speech. I just want that on record. I never said nothing about short. But I just really want to thank a few people. First of all, to the team at We Don't Settle, particularly Andrea, the team, current, past, for taking this on and making it so amazing so that we can all just turn up and enjoy it. To the new chairs, Rachel and Chris, it's so amazing to have you leading the organisation into the future. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to see what you do, and to the whole board as well. To the team at Beat Freaks, Jen, Amy, the whole team, past and present. I really want to thank Zeddy Lual and Tom Nelson, the 2 community developers that took the space on, and it just would not be Poetry Jam without the work that they did on it. Facts, and yeah, say it again. I want to thank 2 of my best mates, Amira Saleh and Paul Stringer, die-hard dons of Poetry Jam, and all of the coffee shops that supported from the early days, Urban Coffee, Java Lounge, 200 Degrees, all of them took a chance, gave the space for free. probably made a loss, who knows. And the poetry dons that supported the space, Bogdan, Spars, the poets who've gone on to make careers, and you carry us and honour us in your journey. Casey, Jasmine, Sipo, Soraya, so many people. Thank you so much for always sharing the story of Poetry Jam. So I am wrapping up now. I just want to thank every single audience member as well, because I think sometimes you don't thank the audiences, but this is what really makes an event. It's everyone that clicks, everybody that shows up, everybody that lets the fire get lit in their belly and does something with it afterwards, or doesn't and just enjoys it and goes home and puts their feet up. It's all valid, and Poetry Jam is because of you. So it's so amazing to be back here, and I'm just going to end on, don't let anybody ever tell you that you cannot make something out of nothing. Poetry Jam was made from nothing. Nothing but people and truth. You can make so much with that. So keep picking up the pen, keep picking up the phone, keep writing, keep sharing, keep supporting. 10 years of creating power, creating poetry, creating love. I can't wait to be here on the 20th birthday. Enjoy your night. Bye.
Please keep showing some love for those amazing speeches. Yeah. And Anissa. Keep it going, keep it going. Let's feel that love. This is 10 years of Poetry Jam. Speaking of showing some love, this is a truly accessible and open and welcoming and, most importantly, safe space. So we've got audiences here from different walks of life, and so we definitely have one person in the audience who has Tourette's, so if you hear anything, please show some extra love, care and support, okay? So, let's just, again, show us our Poetry Jam spirit and love. And if you want to say hello to anyone and welcome and give them love, please absolutely do that, because this is that space.
100%. Now, before I bring on a very amazing poet, I'm going to tell you how the open mic is going to work. This is where I do the rules. I go into teacher mode. You will follow the rules, or you will pay the consequences. There's never anything behind that, but it sounds good when I say it. You will have 5 minutes if you're on the open mic. If you take longer than 5 minutes, I tackle you on the stage. It's bad for me, it's bad for you, it's not good for PR. And Lisa doesn't get to the 20th birthday because they shut it down. Let's just not make me do it. Don't make me do that. The band are here. You don't have to use the band, but the band are here. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can tell the band what you like. They are here to serve you. They're not going to thank me for saying that. So you can come up and say, hey, band, I want a lively, bubbly vibe. And these guys will do what's a lively, bubbly vibe sound like, band? Oh, they didn't expect.
Oh, okay.
What have we learned? Don't ask for a lively, bubbly vibe.
Okay.
So the band are here. Tell them what you want, and they will try to deliver it to you, and then you have the opportunity to perform with them and to take that poetry to the next level. And the only other thing you need to know is that this is a safe space. Please be mindful that your content, whilst it can offend people who are causing all of the cuts to the arts. We know who they are. I'm not going to name them. Let's make sure that we're not offending anybody in this space or saying anything that's going to cause anybody any harm. So, are we ready for our first poet? Is our first poet ready? Our first poet literally has never been not ready in their life. Facts. Legendary business. So, to start us off, the poet donated by B Music. I've never been donated. I'm very excited for it to one day happen to me. The poet donated by B Music. Please make some noise for Jasmine Gardosi.
Hey everyone. I remember my first poetry jam, end of 2013. Yeah, we all do remember our first poetry jam. I would not be here, not be doing the things I'm doing if it weren't for We Don't Settle. So yeah, big up them. So I want to do a poem that is kind of about inspired. I'm a queer, if you haven't guessed, I'm a queer poet. And Zeddy said my outfit is giving fix your car, take your wife vibes. So, amazing. I agree. So I think this can happen if you're a queer poet or a queer person. Also, if you're someone who's different in any way, you grow up having to hold your tongue in a lot of places. Like, this doesn't have to do anything. It can be for whatever our identity is. If we're a minority in a space, we have to grow up holding our tongues a lot. So I just want to speak to that experience in this poem. And Poetry Jam is the place where we let all that stuff out. But I just want to do a poem that's all about those times when we had to restrict ourselves. We had to restrict, whether it was at a dinner table, at a board meeting, whatever it was, and we had to, or around family, whatever, we had to restrict our language and our speech. And in order to do that, I want to perform a beatbox poem. Obviously, it wouldn't be a poem about restricting your speech if I didn't restrict my speech. So I just restricted myself to 3 letters, and I had to write this whole poem around just 3 letters. And the letters are T, K, and B, okay? We okay with that? Yeah, all right, see how this goes. Just T, K, and B. Talking back, talking back, talking back, talking back, talking back, takes a bit. Talking's brave, talking's bold, too complex, to compete, to complete a complaint. Diction's boxed, tight, compact, talkability's compressed. Take a breath, to compose, to compute. Take a beat, now talk back. Take a punt and talk back. Talk, but they take it bad. They take it bad. I take blame, take a bash, take a blow. Tanking brain, tricky boss, ticking bomb, tick a boom, tick a boot. I can't breathe. Take it back, take it back. To comply, take it back. Take it back, 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 take it back. Take it back, 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 take You guys now. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Again, take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Yeah, louder. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. One more time. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Keep it up. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Okay. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it back. Take it back, take it. Thank you.
Keep putting your hands together for Jasmine Goddosi. Wow!
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So I think, we've got to make the online community jealous. So does anyone here have social media? It's 2023, you better have social media.
Take it back. You know you got social
Take
media.
it back. Anyway, so please make sure you follow at We Don't Settle and hashtag Poetry Jam, because it's really important that we make sure that the online community are incredibly jealous, but also can feel the love in this space tonight.
But jealous, though.
But
jealous.
yeah,
But jealous.
make them jealous.
And the love. But the jealous. Okay,
Jealousy.
so are we ready to get in some open micers? Now, please keep in mind that Poetry Jam was born out of a space. It was open micers coming forward and doing what they do. It was never about somebody being the focus, it was everybody having that opportunity to come and share. So the open micers that come up here today are literally the walking, living, breathing essence of what Poetry Jam is all about. So I want you to show them the most love when they come to the stage. Having said that, open micers, don't make me tackle you, 5 minutes. Okay, so I believe our first open micer is somewhere in the space and ready to go, and it is Mia. Can we make some noise for Mia, please?
Come forward, Mia.
Come, Mia. You lot keep clapping. Mia, take your time. You guys keep clapping. Let Mia know that you're in the space. You good with the mic?
One tiny detail. If you hear a line that really it just hits you in the heart and you're like, yes, instead of clapping, please. Okay, that's how we do things here, okay? So if you hear a line that's like, oof, gosh. Mia!
So I'm going to shake it up a bit because my poems are quite hard-hitting in nature, I suppose. And I'll try to keep it to 5 minutes so I don't get tackled. So I'll get into it quite quickly. So let's get into it. The deciding factor for me ending our friendship came to me one night alone watching TV. A heartbreaking moment, but defining realization that she didn't value me like I valued her. I sat and cried for a minute as it struck a chord. I got my phone out to make a video diary as usual, took a deep breath and pressed record. As a mixed-race woman, my close proximity to you as a white woman was not about kindness or compassion for me with grounded allyship. In one way or another, you had let it slip. That it was about comforting your own white guilt for your racist behaviors. For I was the proof for yourself that you had changed or that you weren't like how you had described your father's views. It's quite sick that you listen to our experiences, our traumas, our abuse, and only show surface level comfort for the Black experience, but no deep understanding or critical thought that part of the reason I'm so distraught is because of how drained I am from being around you. The last time I saw you properly left a bad taste in my mouth and a funny feeling in my head, trying to figure out exactly what's not right as I go over what you said, separating how you want to come across from the real undertone. Are you really being nice, or you just don't have a backbone? I was detailing experiences with racism from individuals you're still friends with. It was completely inappropriate as a white woman to recenter the conversation back to yourself, not to seriously acknowledge what I was saying or carefully weigh in on condemning their actions, but to remind me that you had said the N-word in the club before we met. Not to be racist, but in songs casually, as if saying the word comes naturally, and it must be okay for you to bring it up rationally because I'm Black, and your ultimate goal is forgiveness and validation from someone Black. It's why I'm around, so you can prove to yourself you're not racist. Talking about my lived pain with that word doesn't provoke empathy. It actually makes you cling to white supremacy and how your actions are just as distressing. You are now unnecessarily confessing, and suddenly we are no longer addressing the core issues of my experience. In fact, you're making it worse by excusing yourself. You take away your own accountability, and suddenly it's not your responsibility to call other people out either, because that would mean that you're at fault too. An inability to put aside your white guilt and fragility takes away your ability to think outside of your discomfort with being white in serious conversations about race, and prioritize listening actively, being a committed ally proactively by taking a stand with action and learning what's needed from you in this type of crucial interaction. Discomfort with privilege can be one of the most beautiful tools when it's challenged with self-reflection. I always say that being uncomfortable is the best motivation to take you in the right direction. Amongst your excuses for them was the statement that I should show respect and understanding to come together with white people who have been racially aggressive. It's funny how this statement seems progressive until you ask where their respect and understanding was for me in the first place. Why is the victim being expected to make all the amends and show grace? It's an attempt to make me feel like I have to be nice about how I was treated, but my point wouldn't become invalid just because I was heated. The only difference is you personally, as a white woman, would find that to be a threat. Except black women are more than entitled to be angry and upset. If a person is bleeding in front of you and you give them a flower and ignore that they are hurting, is it really genuine kindness, or are you just asserting that you want to do what makes you feel good above helping the other person? Kindness and allyship is about putting other people first, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Surface level niceness becomes toxic positivity in the face of real injustice and oppression. But as a black woman, you want me to be even nicer, even though I haven't shown any aggression. It's tone policing, and it raises the question, in what way could I call all of this out that would make you satisfied enough to support me, change, and stand up to your friends with me? Quickly, that's what I thought. It's the trick that if I were to just ask white people to stop traumatizing me politely, that they will suddenly listen and respect my wishes instantly and it will all be resolved. But the politeness isn't the secret piece to whether the issue will be solved, because they know no matter what, they were never going to get involved. It's a form of victim blaming about regaining the control, a reflex of asserting white power, a privilege they don't want to be disrupted, so when it is interrupted, tone policing stalls the discussion of racism and shifts the focus to how they are being confronted. Now, it looks like it's all my responsibility to try harder to be heard. When someone with any privilege requires you to convince them that you deserve to be treated like a human being, they are revealing that they never thought of you as a human being to begin with. Remember, the privilege set the standard for what polite enough is. If they don't want to listen, it's easier to blame you. There is the stereotype of the strong black woman that we can take more pain. I'm telling you, we can't. This inappropriate perception that nothing gets to us because of unwavered bravery is rooted in horrific racism and slavery, and the idea that it's okay that if you don't help a black woman, it's all right because she can take the horror better than you. Throughout time with generational trauma, we are told to be strong by our mothers and push through. But it's trying to live up to this racist idea with proving we're stronger that results in an impossible pressure. It's why so many of us break. Just look at how many black women die in labor or our mental illness statistics rate. Other people don't hesitate on giving us more stress. In fact, they help us less and expect more, because people want to rely on those who they perceive as naturally stronger. I think it's why I was left by these friends but still relied on, why I felt alone. Some white people expect you to care for them while having no needs of your own. This stereotype is called the mammy, a house slave who lived to serve white people as her only life need. The character never complains about racism as she's so happy that she never even wishes to be freed. So here I am in the modern day, still being expected to clear up white people's mess, expected to never express that I want no part of this narrative. But there is more than one narrative to escape. This is the same girl who has had no problem telling me that I'm scary, and sometimes she feels intimidated, because now she's created a narrative that I'm the angry, unjustified black woman. Everyone else can call out bad treatment, but my anger is not allowed. It doesn't occur to her that she's incorrect, she's just being openly racist out loud. You see, the problem here is not how I act, it's that my behavior reflects what she lacks. I have a full sense of self, I stand up for myself, I don't fear confrontation, because when we look at the combination of her issues, nothing is actually about me. It's just her projecting her insecurities onto me. Her pressure, her people-pleasing can only be identified as racist because it favors white emotion, white livelihood. You start to realize black womanhood and white womanhood is rooted separately. This links to why I cannot speak to this woman, for it's documented when a white woman cries wolf with white tears that she is making a situation that is different from how it appears. She weaponizes her femininity, plays victim, and uses her white complexion to recenter herself and point other people in the opposite direction, to look at the black person for making her cry. Historically, white men did not give white women the vote, but allowed them to own slaves. The only power they could exercise was over black life, and they continued to put so many in graves. So considering the circumstances and how she is making it look, no, I will not speak to this woman to be demonized for another day. She forgets I will always want to have my say, even if it's not to her. Because what I'm saying is based on what I have confirmed with history and critical race theory. I didn't know if I was ready, but now I want you to hear me. I wondered if I could bleach my skin, chemically straighten my hair, if I could make it to white passing. It seemed like the only way to get white people to stop harassing and being rude to me. But changing how you are black to stop racism will never be the cure. White people want racism to be our problem so bad when really it's yours. See, this is an ongoing issue from her that I don't like, involving a poor attitude, and part of it links to the inappropriate way I'm viewed for being a black woman who is continuously forced to stand up for herself within a group, alone, almost 2 years on my own. You're too grown to not have known that being anti-racist is shown in how you act and not how you speak. Thank you.
Please keep putting your hands together for me. Sorry. Now, where can we find you on our social media, please? So we can continue that experience.
So my Instagram is Mia Carmen Poetry, and then my personal Instagram is mia.17x, and my social justice page is The Empathy Movement. So if you'd like to see and hear more of me, then yeah, you know where to find me. Thank you very much.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Hello. Okay, so we learned a lot during that poem. One of those things being, I'm a liar. Because 5 minutes rolled down and I looked at Zeddy, I said, I'm not stopping this. About to hear the end of this.
We had to wait.
So don't let that make you think I won't tackle the next poet, okay?
I will.
I'm unpredictable. With that in mind, I'm going to talk for a little bit because it's not like anything's going on behind me or anything like that. But I told Amira I'd make sure I didn't draw any attention to anything else, and I would distract you from what was happening, and I'm a man of my word, if nothing else. Amira, hurry up. Oh, it's a cake? I've got diabetes, so I'm personally furious. I can't talk for anyone else. Zeddy's trying to start a song. I think she might want you to join in.
Happy birthday. Actually, band, happy birthday. Do you have to play that? Happy birthday to... Anyone know that? Happy birthday to... Happy birthday to... Okay, we're gonna come in together. Okay. Who here knows how to two-step? If you're sitting down, just 2 foot.
I'm feeling this
Happy birthday to ya.
Birthday
to ya. Okay.
They are they're loving it. We don't know how the song goes with this.
Oh, wait, we might have to slow it down. Okay.
Speed it up.
Or speed it up.
Slow it down. Happy birthday to ya.
Okay, there we go. Happy birthday
He knows what he's
to
doing.
you.
I can't do it. I can't sing.
Okay, I'm ill to ya. Okay, happy birthday to ya. Woo! Happy birthday, happy birthday to Poetry Jam. Birthday to you. Happy birthday. Ooh, did I hear some harmonies in there? Yes.
Falsetto at the back.
Oh, dang. Okay.
A lot of us are not singing enough, I'll be honest. Okay, I'm gonna stop you, band, because otherwise I'm gonna break into some form of vocal that nobody wants to hear. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. Can we just big up Pause Birmingham? That's at Pause Birmingham, who made the cake. Yes. I am diabetic, but I do have insulin with me. We're gonna be okay. Okay, so should we? Now that we've discreetly covered the cakes, I don't think anyone knows.
No, me neither, actually.
Now that we've done that, just me, I'm slick. Should we bring out the next poet?
Indeed, indeedy. So,
Someone said, yay, they're ready. Okay, so our next poet, please make all of the noise for Tiki Universe.
Tiki Universe, can you join us?
Keep making the noise.
Keep it
making
going,
the noise.
keep it going,
making
keep
the
it
noise.
going.
Sorry. Hi, how's everyone doing? Just a quick note, I've been part of this since I was 17. I'm 27 now, so my actual name's Hannah, but I call myself Tiki Universe because obviously I have Tourette's. I live in a universe and a Tiki universe, so yeah. I'm kind of going to go for something for a freestyle. This is something I've never done before, so I'm going to try. I'm gonna try and use the band if I can, but I'm crap at coordinating, so just bear with me, okay? So I don't know. I might get the audience involved. Just see how this goes. So let me just get my notes off my phone. I've just got. Okay, cool. So when I say a line, can I get the audience to say, insert, if that makes sense? So basically, I've got it broken down when I say, Hannah says, ticking says, then I say insert. Does that make sense? So Hannah, yeah, sorry. Insert ticks, insert Hannah. It's like, my ticks can break down conversations. If I'm talking, there's an interruption, kind of like that, if that makes sense. Is that okay? Okay. I don't know what to do with the band. I'll just probably just do like sorry, yeah. Dramatic music or something. I don't know. Dun, dun, dun. Or something surprise. Okay, so. Okay. So, it's more. What do you see? You see Hannah, right? When you see me, you see ticks. Now, is Hannah talking, or is it Hannah ticking? Hannah and Tourette's and Hannah, a pair that can't be separated. Assume things that I am not. Here to stay for the long run. Living with Tourette's syndrome and with mental health, it's more than what you think it is. So here's the part that it's insert ticks. Okay, I don't know if people are getting this. I don't know. It's something different. So insert ticks. I can't really. I'm trying to quote my ticks, and I can't really say swearing. Can I? No. Okay. So I'm not going to say it as a tick. So insert ticks. Fuck you stupid bitch. Insert. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It goes insert ticks. Insert Hannah. Insert thoughts. I'll try that again. Sorry. Okay. Insert. Fuck you stupid bitch. Insert. Sorry, I can't help it. Insert. I wish I could stop ticking. They bloody annoy me. Insert. KKK family member. Insert. Sorry, I'm ticking. No, I'm not racist, and that's true. Insert. They were really angry, but I understand why explaining got me nowhere. So that's that part. Sorry, this is a little bit different to what I usually do, so... Sorry. Okay, so there's a last bit, sorry. Did you know? Yes, your environment gets disrupted. No, I'm not doing it on purpose. Yes, it affects me more emotionally, more than you would realise. No, it's not a mental illness. Yes, I have tried to take my own life several times from living with this. No, it's a curse and a blessing. Yes, I have overcome so much and came so far than I could ever imagine. But no, I wouldn't have made it this far without the love that surrounded me from family and friends. And being at Poetry Jam, I've been here for 10 years, and I'm going a bit off the cuff here. It's an environment that people feel safe. If they're happy to have anyone here, I'm like a loud, screaming banshee, and no one judges me. You can snap, you can tick, you can cry, you can feel, you can say what the fuck you like, and you don't have to be ticks. And you're welcome here, so let's keep Poetry Jam, keep going on for the next 20 years or so. Yes, it's Tourette syndrome. No, I cannot help it. That's it. I'm Hannah, I'm Tiki Universe, I'm out.
One more time for Tiki Universe, aka Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah. And there's no need when you're up here to say sorry to anybody here because you're killing it. You're doing amazing. Respect, man. Respect. Okay. Do you want to read the next person out?
Yes, indeed.
You sure?
I absolutely am 100% sure. So the next person that we have performing today is Micah or Mishka San Jose. So please put your hands together for Mika San Jose.
Fantastic. Shall I use this one?
Yeah, is that right? You want me to lower it?
Yes, please. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Hi guys, I'm Mika. So a lot of my poetry is written about my mum, so only right that she's here in the room and it's her birthday today. So yeah, happy birthday, Mumsy. All those years I used to tell her, oh yeah, I'm going to Poetry Jam with my friends, and she's probably thinking I'm like going to meet a boy or something, so this is actually where I was all those years. Might use a band, never used a band before, but maybe like slow jazz vibe. Just, yeah, whatever you think is right. Okay, cool. So this poem is called Heavy Hearts. Someone once told me that heavy hearts make heavy weights out of people. But weights break muscles apart before they can be reformed. And in the process of getting stronger, some things have to be destroyed. Because even the biggest and the toughest of things have had to have crumbled before they were transformed. My mama has broken many times. Like pretty blue and white Chinese dinnerware, slipping from a tight grip and shattering into broken bits. But she picked up all of the pieces and she made a mosaic out of it. She lived in a broken home and made a castle of royals rise from it like poetry. She made struggle sound like a beautiful melody. Someone once told me that heavy hearts make heavy weights out of people. But how heavy is the heaviest burden that a heart can carry? Even fruit from a tree falls when the branch isn't strong enough. You see, my mama has carried the burden of trauma from her marriage, alongside the heaviness of the pain she took from her own lineage. She spent years putting aside the life she wanted, bottling up the shooting stars she made her wishes on and saving them for a version of this life she has yet to live. To her, sacrifice was spelled L-O-V-E. And to me, making a life where her struggles don't exist is the goal I'm always working to achieve. She taught me that you don't need violence to be a fighter. And when the world knocks you down to your knees, you just gotta keep your heart open a little wider. Shine brighter, hug tighter, be strong just like her. She's the last remaining pieces of my childhood and my culture. The bridge between the motherland that birthed me and the English soul that raised me, my mama, exists in every Filipino dish that I cook. Her essence so sweetening, her love poured into the food just like seasoning. And when I say food is the way into my heart, I say that because for my mama, food is always where love starts. Her thick accent and tendency to pronounce words wrong signifies the beauty of the land we came from. And as long as I've got her, nothing will ever keep me and my culture apart. I could stand here and speak of her until every last cell in my body has turned into the words and bleed onto the page as poetry. But I'm just going to finish with this. Ma, ang beauty mo talaga mahirap hindi makita. Gusto ko lang sabihin, mahal na mahal kita. Your beauty is something that's really hard to not see. I just wanted to say, and I love you from me. Thank you so much.
So, come back, please. Sorry, where's your mum?
She's there, she's crying.
Oh my gosh. Should we all say happy birthday, please?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, happy birthday! What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful poem. Where can we continue to find your artistry?
So I'm on Instagram under Mika, that's MICAH .San Jose, SANJOSE.
This is.
Thank you so much.
There we go. Maybe later grab a number as well. But one more time for Mika, please.
Whew. I used to come to Poetry Jam and hear poems like that and just be like, wow, it's amazing. And now I have children. I'm like, if they don't write these poems, it's not. You've set a high bar for my children now, Mika, and they're gonna live up to it, or we're gonna have situations.
Good thing we've recorded that as well, so you can just pass that over and be like, this is exactly, you better write that anyway.
We call it in teaching what a good one looks like. I can give this to my children, what a good one looks like.
Well, on this note, with all of the love that we feel in our hearts and souls and bodies and minds, it's time for you to have a break, and it's time for the band to have a break. So you have 5 minutes, okay?
5.
Or Casey's gonna tackle you. Okay, 5 minutes.
Be back at 8:13.
On the dots.
Or else.
Let's give him a welcome back jam, okay? Let's see what that looks like. Okay? You got something upbeat? Okay. A drum beat. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna freestyle for you guys. Sit down on your chair. It's time to watch poems here. Sit down on the chair. It's time to watch poems here. Again, find your seats. Then I will give you a special treat. Sit down on the chair or we're not going anywhere. Okay. Still no. You better. People at the back, come here. There's some seats for you, dear. People over there, again, sit down. We're gonna hear some poetry right now. There we go.
I no longer deserve to be up here. I didn't know who I was up here with.
I mean, my poetry name is Z.D to the biz. Anyway, continue.
Oh, man. Whew. I did not come back with any of the information I went for.
Okay. Welcome back.
They really want that drink at the bar, don't they? Okay, I understand. I understand. They're thirsty. I understand.
Okay, band. We're gonna stop. In 3, 2, 1. Everybody sit.
Okay, security, remove anyone who is standing. Thank you.
Immediately, or Casey, are you ready to tackle?
It's a lot of tackles. It's a lot of tackles. I don't know if I'm backing myself on this one.
Fair enough. I got you though, if you need it.
So what we're going to do is they're going to drift back. They know better. And we are going to bring in our second donated special guest poet. Now, I don't know where this poet is in the room, so this could get technical, especially if they are, now I know where they are, especially if they are one of the people at the bar, but they're not. We're good. They're a professional. So sent here by Apples and Snakes to rock your world. Please make some noise for Noor Ali.
Noor. Keep making some noise for Noor, please.
Go to the mic. You tell her already. Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. Firstly, just big happy birthday to, Poetry Jam. I was going to say Beat Freaks, sorry. We Don't Settle, Beat Freaks, to everyone, happy birthday. Yeah, this place is dope, man. Like, I think we've all made friends for life in this place, and I definitely have many, many friends we've made in this place, so just thank you guys for the space that you provide. I've got a piece today called The Writers. I'm going to get started. If the band can help me with that, please. Thank you. Okay, so we are the writers, the ones pulling all-nighters to figure out what life is. We write to gain clarity. Our words are given as charity to those humble enough to take them. See, we don't know it all. And maybe we're the ones at fault, because see, we take paracetamol for everyone's headaches. See the anxiety that brings? Taking medicine that you don't even need. Look, I don't know about you, but at night I lie awake completely still, but somehow I still shake, because it's all too much to take. Why doesn't everyone trust? Look, it's 2,000 years not enough for us to have learnt that we just need love. Learning to love. Learning lust isn't enough. Learning to love everyone, not love because you want to, but love because we were made from the same mud. From the writers to you, love is the answer. Take it if you're humble enough to. See, sometimes I have to read off the page. Well, not a page, my phone, because see, if I took a page to the stage, it would shake, and then I'd hear it, and I'd get distracted, and then my voice would break, and I'd start to shake like the paper shakes, because see, when I get to the stage sometimes, I forget I'm sick sometimes. I start feeling sick sometimes, and I have to take a breath, hold it in, now I think I'm wasting time. I forget how effortlessly I can rhyme. I mean, I'm sublime, kind. I try to find like minds to share my time. I like grime. I have a divine design to combine rhymes with the times to align and refine my message. But look, my message is only a percentage of the passage. There is no advantage in my message if I don't hear yours too. So come through. Let us hear you. See, we say that we don't want to live this 9-to-5 life. Look, I've tried so many different trades. Every trade, I feel like I'm selling something. I'm tired. I feel like I'm selling my soul, so I break free from the mold, and now I'm the product that's sold. Look, I traded deadlines and KPIs for algorithms and trends. I'm still working towards meaningless ends. This isn't a trend. My words are not pretend. I contest that we have to commend a trend. I do not want to pretend. I want to get to the end having discovered my soul. My words are the only thing that I want trending, because the time that I've been spending, me and my pen, in total confinement, seeking alignment, I learned I don't know shit. I'm just a vessel here to exist. One day at a time, closer I will align to my calling in life. Alignment is love. Love of yourself, the world, and others. Love is the answer to all our questions. Thank you. I'll tiptoe. My Instagram is NWORI_IA, and the business page that I run with my partner is spoken.lyric with a K. Thank you.
Okay. Whew. I said, no, do you want me to adjust the mics? I don't need this mic. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Not involved. Okay, are we ready to move on to another open micer? Open micers in the room, make some noise. Ooh, okay.
Make some noise for the open micers, please. Fantastic. Ooh.
So I have a thing sometimes where I write down a little thing that resonates, and I think that in the last poem I heard, I traded deadlines and KPIs for algorithms and trends. I'm still here chasing a meaningless end. I lost the last bit. She's not looking at me. She's doing the KPI. She's doing the algorithms and trends. It was lit. Okay, it was lit. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready?
We are ready indeed.
Okay, are we ready? Okay, they're like, we're ready for you to be quiet, Casey. Good. Because I'm ready to bring our next open micer to the stage, and our next open micer is called Dazzy.
Dazzy, are you here?
Wherever you may be.
Dazzy dear, join us. Dazzy, keep showing some love
Milk
to
that
Dazzy,
applause.
please.
Milk it.
Dazzy,
Keep
make
clapping.
your way.
Move this microphone up a little bit. Dazzy's coming over here looking taller than me. I'm letting you know. Let me just, let me get out of your way.
Okay, so whilst they're, making sure that the music is on point, put your hands together for Dazzy, please.
Made it. So my poem's called The Stresses of David Akimabassin, which is my real name. My first time performing was like 2 months ago at the last Poetry Jam, and it was scary. And it doesn't get easier, but I'm gonna try again. The ignition coil of my car's gone. That means my car has no spark. My car is misfiring like me when I'm trying to send shots at the people I love when I feel alone and in the dark. Misplaced. Misplaced feelings, my thoughts, my stresses, my dreams, all play a part in my actions, all play a part in coercion. You see, when you have misplaced feelings, you don't realize that not only do you have an empty gun, but you're pointing it at the wrong person. university, football, religion, YouTube. Sometimes I wonder, where does it all end? I had to teach myself that it's all right to be busy. It's okay to be alone. And it's all right to feel like you have no friends. Because feelings pass. Feeling alone, feeling like you have nothing's going your way, feeling depressed, and feeling like you have nothing left on payday. But nobody told me that managing finances will be so hard. You see, my mum thinks I'm handling money quite well because I've been playing the facade. Little does she know that I've been applying for a job for like 3 months now, and I can finally understand why people pull the race card. So on top of me having the stress of YouTube, money, religion, university, life, and all of that, you mean to tell me I have to deal with the stress of being black? Let me tell you about an experience that my friend told me. This is definitely the biggest platform to which I'll say this. Let this line serve as a trigger warning to those that may not want to listen, because honest to God, my hands were shaking as I tried to write this. But there was a time when Ben was on the bus and he'd sit where he normally sit. He was listening to music and scrolling on Instagram as he normally did, when a guy comes on the bus with his wife and his 4 kids. And he looks at Ben, and Ben looks at him. Then the look he gave Ben was unexplainable, so he wanted to hear what he was saying. Something didn't feel right, so Ben paused the music he was playing. On the bus, it was just them at the front and Ben at the back. He was playing a game of I Spy with his kids, so Ben thought there was nothing wrong with that. So, as he's about to continue scrolling and go back to playing his favorite track, Ben hears him say, I spy with my little eye something black. Words couldn't describe how angry Ben got. To them, his eyes remained fixed and his jaw locked. He couldn't speak. He didn't know what to say. Ben was stuck on the spot. But he had to endure the pain of this journey for about another 6 stops. When it finally reached his stop, Ben got ready to walk the floor. You see, Ben had to walk past the family to get off the bus because it was one of those buses with a single door. But luckily, Ben got off scot-free. But Ben was hurt, and tears left his eyes and he felt to scream. Ben's probably mad that I told this story, and he most likely doesn't value my interference. But what if I told you I'm breaking that 4th wall, and Ben is in fact me, and I'm talking from personal experience? You see, that's just an example of one of the stresses I face. I was scared to take the bus after that because his anger towards me was obviously misplaced. Misplaced feelings still remain a theme in my daily stress. I decided to channel all my feelings into a 20-part series, and I don't really care how many views it gets. Because I'm doing this series for me, and I wanted a chance to look back on this and make memories with no regrets, knowing that I didn't hold back, and I inspired others to get out their comfort zone and instead of misplace their feelings, to express. So whether I get 10 views or 50, 1,000 or a milli, share your thoughts and feelings as you watch my episodes. And don't ever deem your stresses or feelings to be silly. Thank you.
Give it up for Dazzy, please. Dazzy, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. They're both Dazzy Talks, and the series should be coming out around, let's say, summertime, so August. So, yeah. Thank you.
Keep your eyes peeled for Dazzy Talks and his amazing series coming out in the summer. Are we ready for our next poets? Okay, so we've definitely got some people over here that are ready for the next poet. Are we ready for the next poet? That's what I'm talking about. Please put your hands together for Ade. Keep it going for Ade, please.
Yeah. Whew. How are you all doing today? Can I get a yes, sir? Can I get a hey? Yeah, I love doing that. Okay. Oh, wow. Like, there's so many new faces. Basically, a bit about me. My name is Ade Ojobi. I'm a second-year medical student at the University of Birmingham. And I'm 19 years old, but this is my last day of being 19 because my birthday's tomorrow. So yeah, it's just a blessing to be able to enter my 20s with so many people, my community that constantly lifts me up. I started writing poetry during lockdown. Now, after doing so many shows and events and like TV features, I've learned that poetry really is my therapy and it's my legacy as well. So I just want to encourage people to always pick up a pen and keep writing. But yeah. So in terms of what I'm going to perform, I got a few poems that I've written in this new year. There's one that I wrote last week, actually. It was a free write. This is like a long time since I've used a live band. I'm so excited. Maybe could I get I like good melodies, like who here likes Frank Ocean? Yeah, like some Frank Ocean, Steve Lacy, Bilal, something like that. Maybe a romantic one. Let's hear it. Let's hear something. Yeah. I love a good bass. Ooh. Espanol. Okay. Maybe a bit warmer. No. I'm not trying to. Yeah. Okay. So, this one's called Writer's Block. I'm thinking of something to say to you, to everyone. Everyone who wants me to speak, to say something that I don't have in me. I don't always have it in me. And sometimes I feel boxed in. 6 faces and 4 corners. And each corner is a new path. But I'm stuck in the center of this box. Boxed in. Caged in. The cage bird sings, but I'm blocked in this box. I'm boxed in this block. And it's hard. And it's hard when you have no words. Only 3 thoughts flowing from your mind. Airplane mode. Do not disturb. D&D. Please do not disturb me. I'm on airplane mode and I'm flying high in the sky. To a land where I won't have to speak. I won't have to impress. I'll wake up at 12 p.m. and I'll make my eggs. And I'll do my stretches. And I'll do my press-ups. And I'll drink my water. And I'll read the news. And I'll scroll on TikTok. Another box in a box. In fact, I'll throw my phone in the ocean. Disconnected from the outside. But wanting the outside to notice that I'm gone. Wanting the outside to notice that I'm not there. Wanting the outside to miss me. But you can never ever call me a pick-me. And I want the outside to come and get me. Because now I'm stuck in this box and I don't know how to get out. I'm stuck in this box and I forgot how to breathe. Please open this box so you can finally see that I'm blocked in this box. Like an Iceman in his cave. Frostbite from this flight. Airplane mode is lonely. And I've realized that airplane mode is not for me. And I want to be free. I want to be free with those around me. I want to embrace those that love me. And I love you not because you love me, but I can see my love in you. And it's a beautiful sight. And it's beneath your eyes. And it's all over your face. Brushing doesn't mean you're shy. Your veins dilate because your blood wants to see me. And your family wants to meet me. And you make me so happy. You've unopened this box. You've unboxed me. Without a YouTube tutorial, without any instructions, without any guidance, you took a leap of faith and you fell into my arms. And I can feel your warmth. You are my fire in this ice cave. And I can see that the walls are melting. Really, it's my tears because I'm no longer alone. I'm no longer waking up every day on my own. You help me count my push-ups. You love watching how I add milk to my eggs. And we send each other TikToks because there's no need for a boxed box. There's no need for a boxed block or a blocked box, because when I'm with you, there's no need for a clocked clock. There's no need for any time frame, and I no longer feel insane. I no longer want to jump off this airplane, but when I'm with you, in fact, I do, because we'll jump together. We'll freeze the breeze across our faces and land on this island without any places, and we'll just be together, all alone in each other's arms. Two souls in the midst of lions, but your fire will keep them away. Your fire keeps the demons away. Your fire keeps me warm in this ice cave. Full stop. Writer's block. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Listen. When you come up here, you say, I want Frank Ocean, Steve Lacy. Can you warm it up a little? You know how good you have to be to do that? That good? That good? Make some noise, please. And you have to tell us socials, all of that. And it's going to tell you where you can find more of that magic.
Thank you guys so much for listening. All of my poetry, spoken word, is on my Instagram, ade.oyojobi. And last year, I released my first spoken word EP called Southside Eulogy. It's on Spotify, it's on every streaming platform, so if you want to give it a listen, then feel free to. But thank you guys very much.
That was so wonderful.
Smooth. Oh.
Honestly, smooth.
Okay, I'm jealous.
Okay.
Tall, biomedical student, smooth, good
Honestly.
looking. I'm furious. Absolutely. If you get him out, I want him out the building.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, right.
Warm
I think,
out for me.
on that note,
So apologies.
I think it's time to introduce.
Should we bring another open mic up here for me to be jealous of and angry at?
Maybe not jealous and angry. Maybe warm and.
Don't manage my feelings, is that it?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm allowed to feel.
I'm not going to try and manage your feelings. It's a safe space and all that.
Thank you.
Okay.
I can be jealous. It's fine. Can we have, please, coming to the stage, the next open micer who is Jen Coley, and can the rest of us make a lot of noise, please? Don't let the short walk stop you. Make that noise.
Keep showing some love for Jen, please.
Thank you. I'm Jen, I'm from Bearwood. Would you guys take, I love you, but would you take a rest because I've got hearing aids and ambient noise is not a pleasure for me always. Sorry. Anyway, I've got two short poems. This one's called What If? I used to belong to a group and we would think of what should we write next week or the week after. What if? That's a good thing. What if man could fly? Ooh, what if we lived forever? Oh, what if we could talk to the animals? So there's all those things, plenty of choice. Anyway, I went away and thought, well, I don't want to do that. I want to do something that I feel I've got something to say about. And at the time, and still to this day, we are absolutely inundated with stuff about the Tudor period. Any number of novels, dramas, documentaries, films. I mean, how many films have been about Elizabeth I alone? Anyway, it's just a very exciting period because it's got everything. It's got power, religion, sex, and absolutely gorgeous frocks. So, we all know about Henry VIII, his 6 wives, had some of them executed and broke with the Catholic Church, which means we're all Church of England nowadays, but we wouldn't have been. Anyway, so, what if? What if Anne Boleyn had been content to be King Henry's new bit on the side? But being king, no ordinary gent, he needs must make fair Anne his blushing bride. What if fair Anne had not been fair at all? Presumably she'd not have caught his eye. What if her looks, more likely to appall, had made proud Henry think he'd rather die than entertain such thoughts in that direction? Better stay with ageing wifey Kath and settle for sincere love and affection. Be grateful for what he already hath. Your court is filled with feminine temptation, and you being you, you'll steal a furtive glance. We'll let you off with that, a dispensation. At all costs, try to keep it in your pants. Just settle for old age with pipe and slippers. Doff the silk brocade, adopt a cardi. Forget your lusty loins and bodice rippers. Concentrate on green sleeves and be more bardy. And in so doing, do us all a favour. We'll all continue with the church in Rome. Forget the loving tokens that you gave her. You can lust, but never play away from home. And then the Reformation will not happen. Being Catholic will not be a sin. Cathedral statues will retain their features. And as it happens, so will Anne Boleyn. Another quick one. This is dedicated to all the more mature ladies in the, but there aren't any. Everybody's very, very young. So anyway, for the ladies of a certain age, maybe you could just think of your mums, aunties and grannies. That would be, so this is for them. A sign of the times. You look in the mirror and what's this you see? Some wrinkled old has-been. Oh, crikey, it's me. How can this be so? Why, just now I was young, I was bright, I was lovely, my praises were sung. My hair was so lustrous, my eyes flashed and shone. I had dozens of suitors, well, those days are gone. I peer in again. Has this mirror lied? A sigh of relief. It was unmagnified. Still, the visage before you is ugly as sin, and not improved any by adding a grin. Because the teeth are all wonky, there's lines round your mouth, and the jawline has sagged, and the sag has gone south. You apply your max factor these days nice and thick, and by soft candlelight think you pass for good nick. Standing back from the mirror, you observe the full view of cellulite, overhangs, veins of sky blue. Your knees need replacing, and so do your hips, and while you're about it, some tucks and some nips. Ingrowing toenails mean sensible shoes. Your bunions will hurt less, so that's quite good news. What on earth can you wear to set off such a shape? Something loose-flowing to flatteringly drape. You inquire of your mirror, what does she think best? You want to look chic, but not overdressed. Oh, mirror, please help me is your woebegone plea. She says, with your girth, I suggest a marquee. But mirror is teasing, she always does that. She likes me to think I'm incredibly fat. I'd call me big boned, not chunky at all. Compared to some friends, I'm really quite small. I've a long way to go before I'm obese. I reckon I'd need at least 3 stone increase. And my bottom's not big, the notion's just tosh. My trousers won't fit because they shrunk in the wash. But hey, on the bright side, I'm retired, I don't work, get up when I want to, or not, that's a perk. I think I look nice now, I'm off on my rounds, gonna spend with my silver pounds. The bus is just rammed and I can't find a seat. I'm really quite keen not to be on my feet. Gallant gent sees my pain and says, this seat is free. Crumbs is older than I am, must be 93. I wonder how old he thinks I am, good grief. I sheepishly thank him. Sit down. What relief. Yes, it just doesn't do to have too much pride. It's a sign of the times and there's nowhere to hide. You've health and great friends. While the sun shines, make hay. Whatever the times, just live every day.
Jen, you really made me think of what's to come in the future.
Listen, Zeddy, don't listen to Jen. Jen is a trickster. She came up here in leather trousers, hoop earrings, talking about has been. We see you, Jen. We see you flexing up here, Jen. Yeah.
Give it up for Jen. And where can we find you? Do you have social media? Okay, so yes, Jen does have social media.
It's a lady of mystery. I respect it.
So we have another fantastic poet for you. This person has been a veteran of Poetry Jam, and you are in for a real treat. Can you please put your hands together for Mickey Angel?
Let's go.
All right? I'm just joking. What's going on, everybody? 10 years. My God, 10 years of this. It's mental. Oh my God, I was there at my very first one back at the Java Lounge. In fact, Case is actually the person who introduced me up to my first poem, and I was dead nervous, so it's good to see that, you know, that tradition's still going on. But yeah. So before I do get into my poem, I just have a little favor to ask. Is it possible to have something to put my book on? Is that possible at all? If not, then don't worry. Yeah, chair's okay. Oh. I think a high one would be better, Chris. Don't worry, I understand. But yeah, happy birthday, We Unsettle, Beat Freaks, and all that. Oh, sweet, thanks. But yeah. Yeah, just this one. Damn it, Casey. But yeah, I've met so many friends here, and I have so many friends here with me now, with everyone here and watching online if this is streaming, and some friends up above. I miss you every day, Leon. But so, when I heard this was the birthday celebration, I knew there was one poem in mind to perform. The poem I did when we invaded Victoria Square for the Commonwealth Games. If you know this one, then yeah, you'll enjoy this one. This is called This Is Who I Am. Go with the flow for this one. There might be a bit of a grey showman at the end, so there's that. They say color represents all manner of things, from skin to emotion. But what if they're all added into a single flag of not just unity, but peace? We, as a human race, have one thing that we all share outside of the endless abyss that we call depression. Pride. Pride for what we've achieved within and outside our work landscapes. Pride for what we achieved to build such monumental landscapes filled with emotion, sweat, blood, tears, and everything in between. Pride for bringing civilizations together, forming this commonwealth. And pride for all the communities within our hearts and minds and more. Communities that share our true selves, ripping our limitations off our skins and soaring to the very top of our mountains. To make memories that last till the end of time. Form friendships that are as indestructible as Superman and that look out for each other like Batman. But true pride comes from within to say to our inner demons, when the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna stand a flag, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Hashtag non-binary and proud.
Make some noise for Mickey, please. The band dropped into This Is Me like it didn't even happen. I don't even know what just happened. Seriously. Mickey, tell them where they can find you on social media.
Okay, so a little bit of a troll. I haven't got my phone's been has to have some repairs, so you can't find me right now. But I am on social media platforms: Facebook, Hidden Angel 001, Facebook, Mickey. No, that's Instagram. Hidden Angel 001, Facebook, Mickey Angel, TikTok, Angel's Cavern, and Spotify, my poetry podcast, and Jig Sit Down. And yeah, again, happy birthday, Poetry Jam, and yeah.
Well done, Mickey, and well done, band. Band are being too smooth right about now. Okay, so do we have one more open micer?
We do.
I whispered at the microphone. That's counterintuitive.
Oh,
Think
hello.
about it.
Yes, we do have another open micer, but don't worry, it's not the end. So, are we ready for another open micer? 50%.
My side actually let me down that time. Seriously.
Are we ready for an open micer?
It reflects badly on me. Okay.
I mean, this side definitely is still, but anyway, let's put our hands together for Ayan. Ayan, are you here?
Let's go, let's
there
go.
You
let's
are.
Go.
Join us. Please put your hands together for Ayan.
Hello, everybody. Hey, guys. My name is Ayan Aiden, and I'm a spoken word artist. But can we please have a round of applause for everybody that's graced the stage? Because, wow, such talent, man, I'm telling you. And also for the band, because I was telling my friend, I don't know how you guys do it, but you're doing such an amazing job, so thank you, guys. Okay, so how many of you guys are spoken word artists or poets? Hands up. And the rest of you guys are obviously admirers of poetry, but that means all of us together can understand that the weight that words have when we put them together, especially in a poetic form, to tell our stories, to transform people to feel our emotions. It's just an amazing thing. And I want to shout out Beat Freaks or We Don't Settle. Oops, sorry. We Don't Settle for giving me my start, because the first time I graced the stage or an open mic or I shared my poetry was right here in Poetry Jam 5 years ago. So thank you very much, guys. Okay. Without further ado, today I'm going to be performing the piece called Why. 2 things: trigger warning for female genital mutilation. If anybody needs any time or space or anything like that, feel free. Second thing is I intermix my poetry with Somali and English, but I will directly translate as I go along. So if you feel like you missed anything, you haven't. The next verse is a translation. Without further ado, I'm going to go a cappella with this one, guys, if that's okay. Why, when it is we women who hold life right between our thighs, do they choose to vandalize? Cutting us open and close with aims to puritize with their self-righteous knives. Cutting us open and closed, opening and closing, opening and sewing, closing, removing, disposing, controlling the very part, the other half that they come from. The same women who make them, the same women who removed the shackles when the colonizers came and chained them, the same women whose bodies embody the melodies of songs that make them. Bismillahi sallallahu alayhi ya ya. Bismillah sallallahu alayhi ya ya. The same women that when the fighter jets arrived in 91 disguised as international peacekeepers, picked up their guns and stood by their men, shielded you with their words, with their bodies, and strengthened your morals with words heard too by the enemies, stood by their men and said, "Anagubawadagana, we fight too." Or when the British intruded in the 1880s, the longest anti-colonial movement, and the history books prove this, they stood in defiance as you did. Bellowing, "Inta ana dhulkeena qaadan, waad waalan tahay." Before you come and try and take our lands, you must be stupid. Or when the fires engulfed the markets, remnants of 91's darkness, it was women who called for calmness. Food brought to the front lines in carts, women turning into firefighters, fighting fire at the heart, or when they labeled us as pirates and tried to hunt us down in our own waters and our own land, it was your women who refused for you to drown, saying, before you try to take our sun and our men's, you will see 6 feet below the ground. Or when you picked up the guns and turned against each other, it was women who was caught in between each other. Family lines, clan lines turned into enemy lines as women tried to protect her own brothers from her own sons from one another. And when it came to nurture the wounds, it was women who did it with no one to nurture hers. Saying, Mar'oon, Mar'oon banabat arkena, one day we shall see peace together. And when they were forced out of their nation, it was women who put the burden on the back of their patients. And in the West, it was your women who held it down. Fitting into unfamiliar races and alienating places, it was your women who ensured in the West that your children got the best, even if it meant that they got a little rest. And we came back home every day speaking Somali less. So why? Why do you choose to traumatize the very women who mold you, who shape you, who make you, who love you, why? When it is the same little girls that you traumatize are our future generations that we must prioritize. So I ask for the final time, why? Thank you very much, guys.
Wow. Please let the people know where they can find more of your work, because that was amazing.
Thank you very much. You guys have been amazing. Honestly, this whole space is amazing. You can find me on Instagram, AyanMoAden. That's AYANMOADEN. And thanks for the space once more. Thank you.
Amazing. And also, before I point out a mistake that I made, we have to big up the people who make no mistakes. Big up the friend who, when the name was read, was here with the phone out. So quick, she caught the walk on and everything. That's 10 out of 10 camera work right there. Don't tell Paul Stringer, but he might not be able to keep up with. Oh, hey, Paul. I didn't see Paul. Okay, so now should we correct the little mistake that Casey made earlier?
Yeah? You know what? There were no mistakes here.
There are no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm. We have another poet.
We got another open mic poet.
Indeedy. So, are we ready for another open mic poet?
The new final open mic poet?
The official final poet. Are we ready? The broken poets? Are you here?
Aha, okay. The broken poet.
Okay, please put your hands together for the broken poets.
Yo, happy birthday, Poetry Jam. Yeah, this brings back some memories, like hardcore memories for me, because this was the first place I came to after a near-death experience with COVID-19, so this stage holds a special place in my heart. So, yeah, I want some drums, like, police type drumming, like rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Just kind of build it up from there. Yeah, I want to dedicate this one to the person who's been meme to fuck on the internet, Officer Hall. If you don't know who Officer Hall is, she was a police officer who got embroiled in a sex scandal, and she took all the heat, whereas the men didn't take any heat. So, yeah. This is going to come off the top of my head, so it might not flow properly, but I've got the bare bones of it. Officer Hall, Officer Hall, Officer Hall. Yeah, embroiled in a sex scandal. Why is she taking all the blame for? Doesn't it take two to tango? It takes two people to have sex, right? Not just one. Why is she being demonized? Meme to fuck all over everybody's social media feeds. Famous for what? For the wrong thing. Nah. Shouldn't work like that. The woman shouldn't take all the heat. Yeah, or the man them say they want a freak in the street. Not a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. Yeah, when the freak gets too much, they're like, nah, back away from that. Questioning her mental health, not the feds that are putting the truncheon in her at the same time. Poor girl was going through a divorce. Yeah, probably no excuse to mess around, but she was young, exploring her sexuality. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing wrong for a female exploring her sexuality, yet she took all the blame in the courtroom just because some other officers were taking advantage of her. But it takes two to tango, right? So why weren't the men to blame? Yeah, they lost their jobs, but still, they didn't get meme to fuck all over the internet. It was her. She shouldn't be to blame. She shouldn't be to blame. Female sexuality sells everything. Female sexuality sells everything. From advertisements, perfume, chocolates, lingerie, sex toys. You can see it every day. Any shop you see, but yet, when the girl's a freak, she gets said she's a slag, she's a slut, she's a whore. Nah. Fuck that. She's not a slag, she's not a whore, she's not a slag, and she's not a whore. She was just expressing her sexuality. We all come from women's sexuality. All of us in this room came from a woman's sexuality at one point in our lives. So why are we still demonizing that shit? Even to this day, it gets shuttered away. It's all good for the man them to fuck around, yeah, and have 5 different girls. But when a girl's doing it, nah, double standards, yeah. Fuck double standards. Fuck double standards. No need for it. Nah. So Officer Hall, yeah? Officer Hall, you're an inspiration to me. You made me think of female sexuality in a completely different way. I said Officer Hall made me think of female sexuality in a wholly different way. Give me a second. Expressing her sexuality. And there's fuck all wrong with that. So fuck what the internet says. Fuck what everybody memed her for, man. It was her life, her decisions. She got demonized for that shit, where the man didn't. I said, fuck that!
Wow. What a powerful way to end the evening.
To end the open mic.
And specifically the open mic. Okay, my bad.
So that's discreet correction there.
Thank you.
Okay, so I say that because I think, and I've been wrong many times in my life. I thought this outfit looked good, for example. I want to tell a very short, because I'm looking at the time, a very short story about the final poet of the night, who is a poet who has been sent to us from Beat Freaks. This poet, one of the first times I went to Poetry Jam, he walked into the room and people were like, is that Sipo? Is that Sipo? And people were like turning around like this. He's here. It was very special. Sipo. I was quite confused. But then he performed, and I was like, oh, that's why people speak about him like somebody like with the touch of an angel has walked into the room. And I say that to say, poets hate to be built up more than they need to be built up, because then they have to live up to it. And hosts love to build them up in that way, because it's not my problem. But also, it's not CPO's problem, because CPO is about, I am 100% sure, to shake the room. So if you see him coming through the room anywhere, say CPO, but I can't see him at the moment. So please, put your hands together, make some noise for the legendary CPO.
You know it well. The open mic performer's bow, often performed with a gesture, calling the audience member with all their excitement, about to hurl it down. To calm down. And the poet friend next to you, with their excitement, their nerves, their butterflies, to calm down. When a poet's name is introduced, and they know they must move from one side of the room to the microphone, that's their mission. When it comes to my mission, I'm Michelin. I'm not messing. I know who I am in regards to a blessing. A Bulawayo born, Birmingham adopted, brother's keeper, neighbor's brethren. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. See, a poet knows who their friends are. And they know where they can go to call home. They often stick around. And they don't play around. When we were doing this, we were just like many of you right now. Hella nervous. Anxiety-ridden. Felt unbefriended. Thinking the whole world would come to an end. But we had friends we were yet to meet. Just around us at every moment. See, when we were doing this, our shoulders were literally crisscrossed. We were moving in ways that we were forced to, because when one side moved, the other did. When one side moved, the other did too. But we grooved. Doesn't Birmingham groove? We moved. Because doesn't Birmingham move? The stairs were seats. The floor were seats. The poet who had to make their way through from one side of the room to the microphone. Marching across people who made landmines, trying to reach a mic, lit by some coffee shop lights, held by people who told their truth in a way that parents had never heard, in a way that siblings could only wish to hear their siblings speak to them. This place changed lives, and it's continued to do so. Because what I'm speaking of is 10 years ago. It was hot. It was full. It was sweet with sweat. It was 2013. Band, you think you could give me something which sounds like Birmingham? Once an open micer, always an open micer. I only have 5 minutes. Let me get into it. 2013, and the day that I met Samara. Trauma made friendships. Another way that trauma's manifested. God, is this how one's own resilience is tested? Talk to this friend, meet a stranger and spill. Let them pour you a drink and spill. Pour out your guts away from the sink, hollowing out your body, tapping it out until there is nothing left because all you have done was spill. You hope to meet them again. You talk to this friend from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., hoping that they might invite you to an event which shapes the way that you write ever, that you use your pen. They talk something silly to you. They tell you their innocent truths. You're given a flyer and you see an invite link on Facebook. So you like and you poke. Because that's what we did back then. Now making your way up to the top of the stairs is no easy feat. But your heartbeat is featuring. The snaps are leading. And you know this is a space where you can be saying, I am from Birmingham and I'm proud. I said you can say, I'm from Birmingham and I'm proud. I mean, I'm asinfuna ngakhuluma indebele. Because bakhona abantu khona lapha abazosukuma labo bazokhuluma and I will be accepted. You can enter a stage and freeze, knowing that your support system may even offer you a poem themselves. Wild Dreams and Louder Voices, the Poetry Jam Anthology. The Jam. Maya had the jam, Langston had the jam. Abel Meeropol roped Southern ropes into song. Freedom had a voice, now freedom hides behind art, but the poet loves the painter, and the polymath loves jazz. And the revolutionary, though young, fights fire with cool, prejudice with style melts genres onto canvas to engage new gatherings. In this chat and chat, who knows the changes? In this is the thinker who loves the heart of one. This is all one. So proudly and loudly, the jam continues on.
Sipo. Is it Sipo?
The legend of Sipo.
Sipo.
Wow.
Sipo.
Jeez.
I have to confess a moment of genius. I didn't know anything about the poem, but I feel like the intro really... I forgot to mention the stepping over people sitting on the floor, but yeah, that happened as well. Okay, so... I have a thing about not calling people heartbreakers. It's not a nice thing to say. But Zeddy, you're about to be a heartbreaker, because I'm going to leave the last part to you.
Okie doke.
I can't do it. This guy's been on fire.
Honestly. So, this concludes the Poetry Jam 10th birthday. Can we all just say... Did you all have a good night, though? Should we say thank you to a couple of people? Yes. Okie doke. Band, would you mind doing a light sort of drum roll, please?
You ain't finished yet.
Because we got a lot of people to thank. Okie doke. To Anissa Moradadi, the founder and CEO of We Don't Settle, Poetry Jam and Beat Freaks, thank you. And everything that you've done over the last 10 years. Andrea and Eugene and Tia, thank you for making this happen. Chris and Alex from Beam Music and the whole Beam Music team, can we say a big, big thank you, please? Apples and Snakes and Beat Freaks, Beam Music, for donating the poets tonight and the space tonight too. Thank you to everybody in this space as well. Arts Council England, the National Literary Heritage Fund, Paul Hamlin Foundation, the Listening Fund, and the people who give us money to make things happen. A big thank you, please. But I've got two. Okay. Thank you. But we've got two special people to bring over to the stage. So, Andrea, Anissa, Eugene, team, can you join us, please?
Bring them. Oh,
And whilst, okay, Eugene's got cake as well, so
I
you
can't
guys
come
can
to
eat
the
that
stage.
too.
I've got cake. Bring
Please,
it to me.
Join us, please. And
solve
there's
that
also
problem.
cake. So, a huge round of applause to the person that made this happen. Anissa Moradadi and the We Don't Settle team. Andrea, where are you? Please put your hands together for Andrea. Please join us. This was Poetry Jam 10. Can we all just end with a happy birthday, Poetry Jam?
And to the host, thank you to the host, these two amazing people.
Thank you very much, everybody. You don't have to go home.
But you have to get out of here, please.
All right.
One more thank you, guys. I forgot to mention to the fantastic band. Okay, now, please make your way out because we should have been out of the building.
Exit the venue immediately.
21
Thank you,
minutes
bye.
ago, please. So you got 1 second to go.